Hello, welcome our dear viewers to the History of Nabisunsa project in the sports department. In this video, we are going to interview different people in the different sports of Nabisunsa. Sports has developed so much in Nabisunsa. The picture on the screen shows the ladies of Nabisunsa who went to represent us in Arusha, Tanzania.
In Nabisunsa, sports was a very good co-curricular activity for the students. These sports include basketball, netball, volleyball, handball, woodball, chess, athletics, table tennis, lawn tennis, and football. Basketball. Basketball was introduced by Hajat Mwajuma Nabawanika and the late Mr. Lukwago Othman. Hajat Mwajuma joined Nabisunsa in 1984 and introduced basketball in 1986. She found some existing sports like volleyball, football, handball, chess, athletics, table tennis, lawn tennis, netball, and woodball. The students were very happy about the introduction of the sport and were so determined and passionate about becoming better at it. The training of basketball was done in Chambogo ITech.
Hajat Mwajuma was among the introducers of female basketball in Uganda. Nabisunsa had its first tournament in 1992 in Mombasa, Kenya. Of recent, the Nabisunsa team is a very big team in Uganda and East Africa at large. Nabisunsa had the best players of basketball in Uganda, Karungi Patience, Namale Sarah, and many others who have been represented the country in the East Africa Games in Arusha, Tanzania. They had a challenge of the basketball court because they had to move to Chambogo ITech for training. The Nabisunsa basketball court was constructed in 1993 near the now existing main hall. Hajat Mwajuma's advice to the incoming students is, be God-fearing, always work on your health, be self-driven, be disciplined students, and be very prayerful. Hajat Mwajuma's parents, a very hard-working lady, social, faithful, truthful, and friendly.
Volleyball. The Nabisunsa volleyball team in Lira has very good players, for example, Owembabazi, Elizabeth, Chacha, Martha, etc. Netball was a very powerful sport back then. Namagunga Girls School's Games Master requested Nabisunsa to have 3 friendly matches of netball on 7th July 1984. Coaches of netball in 2022. Miss Nambasa Nusra, an old girl of Nabisunsa and a teacher at Nabisunsa.
Lawn tennis and table tennis. The first tennis championships were in 1977. Table tennis in Nabisunsa was introduced by Sophie and Hanifa. The best lawn tennis players were
Namutebi Lydia, Ndagire, Nancha, Nambazira. The Chisaka family.
the following are the best lawn and table tennis players in 2022.
Oyela Alia, Semujo Halima, Chakunzire Sibia, Namukose Aisha, Muweba Angel.
Badminton is the most current sport in Nabisunsa and many students have engaged in it. They have represented the school and Uganda in East African Games in Arusha, Tanzania in 2022.
Players of badminton: Oduka Shadia, Nabumba Belinda, Agutu Rebecca, Nansubuga Joan, Namuli Raihana. Chess. The patron of chess is Mr. Muchibi Abdulaziz. The late Mr. Kafumbe supported chess and it was revived in 2022. Chess players: Nanyanzi Rania, Namazi Latifa, Desire, and Indalin Kichirize Ruth. Some other sports like woodball, handball, athletics. The above sports no longer exist in Nabisunsa because of lack of enough support from the school administration. All coaches in Nabisunsa. Hajat Mwajuma Nabawanuka, Coach Musa, Coach Obeke, Coach Nelson, Coach Bashir, Coach Dan, Coach Edwin, Mr. Muchivi, Mr. Nurdi.
How was badminton promoted in school?
As far back as I remember, the first time I saw Nabisunsa in badminton was about 2005. Back when I was still actually a student as well. So I would say in competitions. And over the years, it kept on disappearing until 2017 when the Millennium was built. And that's when badminton came back in Nabisunsa. And as far as I can say, it's doing well.
What? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your biggest success and failure in badminton?
Badminton, playing the sport already is a very, very huge success because it has earned me fruits that I had never seen myself ever achieving. But it has taught me perseverance, it has taught me strength, and to always stick to your principle. That's what it has taught me. So being in the sport alone and playing it up to now is a big success. For the failures, I wouldn't exactly say failures, I'd say obstacles and things that it has not been easy along the way, getting there, playing any sport that I had never imagined myself playing. It was a big challenge actually. And improving, having the patience of let me keep going, let me keep playing, I'll get better, I'll get there, is the whole challenge.
So you accomplished what you've done, like in your badminton career, or do you feel like you could have done more?
Definitely, this is not the end. After school, there's life after school, outside school, at the university. So I believe I'm just at a starting point. I'm just getting started.
Generally, as badminton sport in Nabisunsa, do you think it has like a goal?
I do believe it has a very, very bright future, especially in the school. For now on my side, I think I came into the game, it had not yet been introduced in our Form 1. But when it came, I actually didn't know about it, that it was actually in the school. Till I think my Form 3, I got to know about it. And I just used to enjoy looking at how the sport was played. So I think that's also one other way in which I got into the sport. And when I got to play it, I realized it was not as easy as it looks. So, but I believe it has a very, very bright future. If also the people that are playing it put in the work and the time and invest themselves passionately into the game, it has a very bright future.
Well, my best moment, firstly, with regards to badminton and salsa, is our first year of qualifying East Africa Games and coming back with a bronze medal. Okay, which is also the same year we get our first bronze for national schools. So it is a big achievement for Nabisunsa badminton. Worst experience, still with regards to badminton in Nabisunsa, was when we went for nationals and one of the girls escaped. So that is the worst experience we ever had. Because first of all, she wasn't meant to be on the team, but because she managed to qualify. So yeah, in the end, things went wrong. Out of badminton, Nabisunsa, my best moment in badminton was going for the Paralympic Games as a coach, which is one of the highest levels you can ever reach. It was good. Worst moment was when I took a muscle during competition. Yeah, and I was winning, so that was pretty bad moment because I had to forfeit the game and forfeit the tournament, and my team lost.
Sorry about that. Okay, so we want you to tell us about your experience throughout 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 these years, like what you've seen revolving, but as our department is specifically the sports side, how you've seen the evaluation of that department.
I think the sports have definitely improved because in our earlier days here in our O level, there were just a few sports, the likes of basketball, volleyball. And with time, they have evolved. We now have lacrosse, there's swimming, there's table tennis, and I think they've gained much greater greatness, I guess, in as far as the social aspects of the school, because now being a sports person in the school, doesn't stop just on your court, but it exceeds. There's recognition and the assembly in the school magazine. So I think over the time it has evolved.
So you personally, what do you think, like personally, what do you think you'd like to say to the girls who are currently doing any sport or those who are planning to join? What advice do you have for them?
I think people take these things lightly when you have these opportunities in school and you choose to relax and engage, but these co-curriculars, I would say sports especially, there is much to benefit from them. I mean, there's people here who've got scholarships for sports for university, that's already guaranteed. And I think it's also important to stay active in school because you're studying, you're eating, and that's the usual routine. But it's also nice to have a change of routine when you do some sort of physical activity.
So, what do you think you'd like for the improvement of sports here? What do you think you wish could improve?
I think what I would love to be improved is to have a sports auditorium. I don't know if the school is preparing that, but I know that would help the girls who are playing sports a lot and please encourage other people to come and play sports.
Okay, that's nice. What comes into your mind when someone mentions about sports?
Sports are very important thing. Yeah, they should be part of someone because sports can get you admitted to any school. Like if you played sports and maybe your results weren't that perfect, they can consider your sports, like how you've been achieving in those sports. Did you have any challenges when you first joined basketball?
Challenges, obviously, when you join something new, there are challenges. Obviously, you can't put people at the first sight of the ball. You can't obviously do things that obviously professionals do, right? So you get those small things.
Such a great service to Nabisunsa. How would you like to be remembered? Anyway, but like truly, how is it? Like I really can't lie. Like from I joined my phone 2019 and now it's 2022. Yeah, and I've really had fun in badminton, and most of it is because of Coach Edwin. He really makes it feel like a family. He's always like, that person.
That person is always there. Like he's always there no matter if you need this, like you find a way to help you out and he can't fail to motivate you even though you feel like you're a bit down. Like he never lacks a good thing to say to motivate one of his players. So yeah, like I can't say I'm just thankful for him. Yeah? That's it.
Okay, one thing that I want, not only one, but what I can tell the people out there is that you have no limiting factor to excelling in any aspect. Talk about sports, talk about academics, talk about everything that you do. The ability for you to triumph in life begins with you always.
Hey, Munake, no one recording.